man. Your boy dozed off, bro. My bad. A few minutes late, you know what I'm saying? I'm lucky I ain't got a whole bunch of people on East Coast time over here. Even though 10:48 ain't that bad for a Friday night, it's still something. You know what I'm saying? It's still something. What up, bro? Rodney B, what's going on with you? Mob type. What's going on, Rodney? Yeah, man. What up, yeah? Yeah, I'm late as hell, man. I'm back. I just popped in just to talk some. Mm-hmm. Big IV, big four by the people for the people, and this is the For the Real Only channel. It's not a game. It's not a test. It's the real thing. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay tapped in as well. I know, man. It's your partner. What's up with it? I know, man. We here again. You know, it'll be back Monday before we know it, but I guess let's enjoy the moment for now. Yep. What y'all been up to? Man, I was going through like, okay, what all happened this week? It's been a crazy week, you know what I'm saying? Out in the world. And that's the last thing I remember before I dozed off. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, what I'm gonna talk about? I'm laying here, I had got off. I was first shift today. I'm a floater now. I'm working all different. Some days I'm first shift, some days I'm third shift. So at the new job, so you know, I was first shift today. So I get home, sitting there like, okay, what I'm gonna do? Next thing I know, I'm out of there. I got an interview tomorrow and everything on here. So I guess even when I get off here, I'm gonna be up for a few minutes. I got stuff I got to set up. I got to get my old setup back at the desk for my interview tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, you know? hmm Yeah, so I'm sitting there this week. I'm like, what all happened? It's been a crazy week as far as uh uh family cookout tomorrow. Gonna see my favorite aunt. Okay, that's what's up. Salute Haitian Red and Superstar. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. Sounds good, man. It's hot, man. It's hot up here, man. I don't know about everywhere else, but it's hot, man. Be safe out there in that heat. Stay hydrated. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got to do, try to make it home. Be be safe out there in that heat, Rodney. Yes, sir. Family cookout though. That sounds like a lot of fun. I ain't been to one of them and I don't know how long, unless it was a funeral. So that's something for my family to get on top of. What's up? What y'all doing? Man, it gotta be because the way it's looking, the heat up here so serious. It ain't no joke, bro. But we got this like intense heat. Then we about to get hit with these storms, and they talking about it might be floods and everything. All this going on into next week. You feel me? You know. But what I was saying, yeah, it's been a hell of a week. With these celebrity deaths or whatever. I like. And I always say, I said, man, it seemed like every time somebody famous die, like the next day another celebrity died. But they say it comes in threes. So I'm like, man, like, and then I don't know, it seemed like I always know when somebody was going to pass away. I know they was saying Hulk Hogan was sick, but they've done this a few times saying he was sick or he was dying. Ric Flair too. And next thing I know, like I never was a fan of Hulk Hogan. I ain't gonna lie, I never was. To me, Hulk Hogan was uh the whole show was on his way to the ring, and the whole little celebration how he come. it'd be lit when he walked to the ring. He pointing, he sweating, he doing the thing with his like, can I hear you? He's flexing. That beginning when he's on his way to the ring, and then when he win the match and he's celebrating after the match, that was the only part to me that I really liked about him. I didn't think he was a good wrestler, but he damn sure had some status out there and everything like that. But I don't know why, but lately a lot of Hulk Hogan stuff was popping up in my face on YouTube. You know how you be scrolling? So just like awesome killing time shit, I just I happened to click on one of his matches the night before he died, and it was him and Vader in a cage match. And I don't know why, because I never liked Hulk Hogan. I don't know why. I just seen it and I watched it. It was like 10 minutes long. Bash at the Beach, Hulk Hogan versus Vader is a cage match. And so after I seen that joint, I'm like, all right. And then next thing you know, the news come the next day. I'm like, man. So then at this time, and then I'm saying to somebody like, you notice how death come with these celebrities come one behind the other? And I've been following it and noticing it for a while. Like I remember when the day Michael Jackson died, what's this Farrah Fawcett? They was mad because her death um wasn't really getting no coverage in the media because Michael Jackson died. It's huge. So his death was dominating her death. And then I think somebody else that was a celebrity, I think, died that same week too. But it's always in that. Now you remember some years that was particularly bad was two with celebrity deaths was 2006, 2016. Those years was bad. It was like back to back celebrity deaths. Another example, 2008, Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes had just did a movie. Bernie Mac died one day, and the next day, Isaac Hayes died running on a treadmill the next day. So it always go like that. So then I'm seeing this week, first of all, he wasn't no big celebrity, but the dude Robbie, I don't know if y'all remember City High. He died. He had got in trouble with drugs. He was on drugs and everything. But even that's one of the things that broke up the group. But yeah, I remember that song, what do they say? What would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor? That dude for City High from that song. He died. So I'm like, okay. And then the next day, I think it was the next day, what's up, what she said? The next day, Theo died. I'm like, man. So besides Robbie, each one of these people is iconic, super duper iconic in their own right. You know, Theo was iconic. Like, even though, like I said, same thing with Cosby Show. I was a fan of it, but I was loosely a fan of it. I've probably seen so many episodes of it scattered throughout the years, like just different episodes, but I never seen them in order. And I wasn't faithfully watching it, but um he was iconic. That whole show was iconic for portraying a black family and a successful, educated black family. And most of the time when they show us through the lens of struggle. They show us, oh, like good times. Oh, mama just sat home struggling, cooking, sewing, daddy out working, trying to make a way. It's hard out there. Everybody poor, they in the projects. And a lot of times that's how we portray it, as poor, struggling for money, um, fantasizing about the lives of rich people and things like that. And then you know, that's a lot of people, it was a lot of black folks didn't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? With the way it was portrayed, they felt like it was unrealistic, but I don't think it was unrealistic. I've heard of black families like that. There is a other side. There is another way. There are black families out there that are affluent, and and the kids went and got education and things like that. So, um, I felt like that's a great thing. That's the legacy of the show for me. It was something different. It was what she said. Oh, I already said what's up. What's up? Y'all go subscribe to what she said. Mr. Mob type. Play where it's safe. Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. Trademark. What up? Trade. Yeah, me too. I absolutely believe in the Cosby Family. That's me. Right. I was on board with it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, when I was a kid, I had a crush on the mom. So that's when I was watching the mom when I was a kid. But yeah, that was an iconic sitcom in not just the black community. It was popular. It crossed commercially all lines and racial barriers. So Theo was a part of that. So he's iconic in his own right. So I'm sure sometimes you feel like when you're watching TV, movies, and sitcoms, especially sitcoms, you feel like the people part of the family, or you feel like a part of the family. You may even fantasize that Theo might have been your brother as a kid, you know, Claire might have been your mother. You know what I'm saying? You know how you might imagine and transport yourself to being a member and a cast member on the show. You know what I'm saying? Growing up or something. So he was iconic for being a part of that whole thing. Ozzy Osbourne. I'm not familiar with his music. And that whole metal thing. They call him the godfather of that type of music, but also iconic, hugely iconic. I remember my relationship with Ozzy Osbourne was knowing him from that reality show. He had a reality show, and I used to watch it sometimes, like when I out of boredom, when I didn't have nothing to do. I want to say it was probably about toward the end of high school for me when he like not long before he passed away, Ozzy Osbourne. And I ain't gonna lie, you know, what I remember from it was him being under the influence a lot of time on that reality show, and the whole family just going about their business. The mama, the daughter was hating on Christina Aguilera, and then you had the son, and then he was always sitting on a couch somewhere when he was moving around. He seemed like he can barely walk, but he was stuttering. It feel like Ozzy Osbourne was, you know, he was off something or multiple things. That's what I remember about Ozzy. Uh, but he was so iconic. I can't speak on his legacy, but I can speak on Hulk Hogan. Uh, somebody was just I think that was mom just saying, yeah, him and Zeus fighting or whatever. Um, and the internet, he getting a lot of praise and he getting a lot of hell. You know what I'm saying? He getting a lot of praise and he getting a lot of hell. Uh, because you know he showed a huge support for Trump and talked about being Trump running mate, things like that. You know what I'm saying? But he had already made disparaging comments about blacks. This ruined his legacy in the final years of his life. You know what I'm saying? His daughter was dealing with someone black, and he made comments about, you know, hey, we don't mess with ninjas, and if we are gonna mess with ninjas, then we mess with at least find one that has some money and things like that. So he didn't like his daughter messing with black folks. And I remember years ago, the rapper Fabulous said in the magazine that he met Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan was asking him, was he dealing with his daughter? Like he had heard rumors that he was messing with his daughter. You remember when she was really trying to make a play to be in the music in the earlier 2000s. So he asked Fabulous that. He said he heard um a rumor about me and Brooke, which is Hulk Hogan's daughter. So I'm like, man, you know, and he explained it as, oh, that was my little girl. I had control and say so. So like on some type of tip, like, oh, she was defying him and going against what he told her at the time, and so he felt a certain type of way and was mad. And we do say things we don't mean when we get mad. I don't know if that's what he did or but that there's a deep racist history, and I don't watch wrestling no more. I was a big wrestling fan as a kid, but I'm big on nostalgia. Sometimes I go back, like, I wonder what was behind this and that. Or I might see a video, oh, this happened during this legendary time or match or this and this and that. And I may watch old videos and like, oh yeah, what was the story behind this? And I've heard time and time again on YouTube black wrestlers complaining about the racism in that business. Like it's largely like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, um, from Jerry Lawler to just I've heard racism is huge in professional wrestling. So, but for this is one of the more iconic when you think of some of the more iconic um stars and athletes in the world. I don't know if people some people may not realize and they might downplay it because it's professional wrestling. They don't realize how big Hulk Hogan was. I remember. I remember. And so you got the stars and you got stars. Uh, like Michael Jackson, that's a star, bona fide. That's you don't get no bigger than that. You got Elvis, that's star. You don't get no bigger than that. You got the stars of the star, the tip top of any field. Like if you want to think about like comedy, you got star like your Eddie Murphys or your like big time people like that. Like Hulk Hogan, even though wrestling is scripted, Hulk Hogan is a huge star, one of the biggest stars ever. Sports or fit anything. That's a huge star. Now, iconic for so many people, like I said, transcended all races. This was like a superhero, for a lot of kids and a lot of people watched him. So it seemed like it pissed off a lot of you can see the commentary on the internet, it pissed off a lot of black folks. Um to hear that, it disappointed a lot of black folks. I remember when it happened, you had a lot of black people, rappers, famous people saying, "Give me my damn childhood back." Like I grew up watching this person and everything like that. So I'm like, what does this do to his legacy? Um I ain't gonna lie, man. It don't surprise me either way. It ain't nothing I ain't used to, and it don't surprise me. You know what I'm saying? It don't surprise me at all, man. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, damn Hulk Hogan. Um, let me put a link down too. But yeah, damn Hulk Hogan. It don't surprise me either way, man. What happened? What happened? What's going on? Damn. Oh, okay. Yeah, it don't surprise me either way, man. But that's crazy though. Oh, my bad for Tanya. What's up, for Tanya? Salute to Fatanya. Oh, Mel Gibson. Oh, I remember that. It's big wrestling is bigger than NFL and NBA. Yeah, it's just that. It's just as big, probably. Yeah, I can say that. It's pretty big. In my lifetime, it wasn't in the past, but you know how wrestling got as big as the NFL and NBA? Like it's just as popular. That WWE logo is recognizable. You got WWE gift cards. When you go to look at the gift cards, they there. They when you go in the magazine aisle, they there. They is in everything. If you go on the they website is huge. I drove past it going to Connecticut one time on the side of the road. It's you would think it's a big huge corporate building, but it's just a modest size little black corporate glass building. You just see the WWE flag when you first get out of New York and you driving through into Connecticut and you enter into Stanford. It's just a little building on the side of the road, you know. Um, but WWE is huge, man. It's huge. But you know how it got that huge? Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is solely responsible for that company being that big. That's what built it. That's what made it that big, and it struggled. It struggled for a few years And when he left, like right before he left, it was a steroid trial, and they placed emphasis on smaller wrestlers. Hogan was getting older, so people was moving away from him and wanting something different. That's when you seen, which my favorite wrestler, like Bret Hart, that's Shawn Michael. That's when you seen smaller wrestlers, and they struggled for a few years. Then Hogan went over there to WCW. They had NWO and all that stuff. And when that was over, they proved themselves and came back on top of that. And then they got even bigger. Stone Cold, The Rock. But he is responsible for wrestling being so popular, especially WWE. So that's a big deal, because since that explosion, which was in the 80s, it's been a dominant thing on TV. They went from having a few $1 million to being billionaires. Hogan put that money in there. Yeah, they got their own gift cards. They got a magazine. Any medium, they've had it. You know, they've always been huge. Because when I was a kid, like I said, you go to the video store. The video store had their own. Y'all remember VHS tapes? Yeah, I remember VHS tapes, and you go to rent a video in a video store. WWE would have their own section in the video store. You have the horror movies. You'll have they was the first one commercially making tapes. When you went to a video store as a kid, you had a horror section, the comedy section, they had a porno section, the drama section, and you would have the wrestling section, which was full of WWF tapes. Y'all remember that? You know what I'm saying? And many of them had him on the corner flex on the cover flexing. I remember as a kid going to the store, going to the ice cream. Maybe not Blockbuster, but I wasn't all super big on Blockbuster. We was going to mom and pop video stores. I don't know what Blockbuster was having. Um, but I remember going to the store, the bodega, and you would go into the ice cream cooler, and you would see wrestling. Uh uh Ice creams, and he would be on them. Uh, I know y'all remember them too. What else? Hey man, that man, he put in his work. Regardless, I don't like what I heard, you know. And I wasn't a super big fan of him. I didn't like the stuff he said, but I do recognize his place in society, and that's one of the biggest stars and celebrities ever that we probably gonna ever witness. Uh, so he was iconic too as well. Still have yeah, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, Memphis, like Jerry Lawler too. They also complained about him being a racist. He was from Memphis. Uh, wrestling. That's how wrestling was. When you see that, that's why WWE is so big, because Vince McMahon is a hell of a businessman. He got everybody out of there. Vince McMahon, he got everybody up out of there. He was a shrewd businessman. They would call them territories. They was all over the place. They was in Georgia. Georgia had Georgia Tech Championship Wrestling. You had territories in Houston and Dallas. Dallas was world class championship wrestling. You had them in Carolinas. You had them in Memphis. WWE was always the northeastern, uh, like the northeastern hub. New York and New Jersey, all up in there. Boston, up in there. And it was always the biggest. It was always the biggest territory out of all of them. Then you had AWA, you had them all out on the West Coast. What he did was he wanted to own the whole business, and he wanted to corner the market, is what we call it in street term. He wanted to corner the market, and he wanted to own and dominate the whole joint. So what he did was he had money, because his father was running it. It was the WWF, and he had money, and he was earning his own money. He was in entertainment. That's how he know how to entertain. He was in entertainment, and what he did was he went around and he bought out people. He bought their businesses and their territories, their TV time slots, and if they wouldn't cooperate, then he began to steal their wrestlers and offer money that they couldn't compete with and couldn't pay him. And he began to go to the popular TV stations in their markets and offer them money. So if they was over here, if they was in LA and they had a popping wrestling show with their own wrestlers that came on every week, every Saturday at 6, and they wouldn't sell out, he'd go to him and say, "Hey, uh, y'all paying him well. They in charge of making money for the station. Hey, well, look, I'll give you uh $100,000 to sell me a time slot and put my product in place of that." They gonna cave and take that money. So they get into a long-term contract and agreement with him, and that's how he defeated all his people. He ran them. If you look at their camera quality, it looked cheap. It looked like they filmed it on a flip phone. Vince McMahon shit was looking like the iPhone back then. It was glitz and glamour, bright colors, music when they walked out, stuff that you wasn't seeing in other. You wasn't seeing music when they came out to the ring. He put on a whole show with it, and before you know it, everybody eventually faded, and what was left turned into WCW basically. So he beat all them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And what sealed the deal was Hulk Hogan. He was played a part in that too. He was in the Midwest, a popular promotion that was popular in the Midwest and the West Coast by the name of AWA. And Hulk Hogan was there, and Hulk Hogan blew up. He first was blowing up there, selling merch and everything, shirts and everything, and doing wrestling. Then he was in Rocky 3, so that made him even more popular, the Rocky 3 movie. They didn't want to make him the champion. He was trying to be the champion. That was all he needed to really seal the deal. He was super popular. They didn't want to make him the champion. Hulk Hogan got mad, and then they was trying to take the merch money. Vince McMahon came in and said, "Well, I'll pay you $1 million a year to come wrestle over here," or however much he was paying them, $3 million a year. And I'll make you the champion. And I don't want all your merch money. Just give me some a little some. And he jumped ship, and that's what happened. And that's when he threw the roof. So if you know, you know. But that Vince McMahon is a hell of a businessman. I like how he, you know, I don't want to celebrate nobody going out of business, but that's business. Business is business. Like he came through there, he was aggressive. He was aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yep, no holds barred. No holds barred, you know. No holds barred. No holds barred. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What was his name in there? Rip. Rip. Um, um, yeah, 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 it's with Zeus and all. That was the only one I give him a pass with that. Any of his other movies, Mr. Nanny, Suburban, Commando, um, um, and all that. I wasn't really. I didn't feel like they was all that. You feel me? But that movie, yeah, I do. That was kind of memorable. It had some memorable moments, and it introduced Tiny Zeus Lister, which a lot of y'all don't may not know. If you don't know, if you black, you should know that's Debo. So that's how we first seen Debo was wrestling Hulk Hogan. That's how we got introduced to Debo. They had a movie called No Holds Barred starring Hulk Hogan. He, like I said, he was doing everything. They had a wrestling cartoon. He was the main character and the hero on the cartoon. They was putting them all through TV and everything. He had commercials, endorsements, and that was just one of the things he had. He had his own movie, No Holds Barred, and his main opponent was Debo, which was Zeus. And then they bought it in real life and put it on actual wrestling, and they bought Zeus to wrestling, and that was Debo. And then after that, Debo wrestled for a little while, and voila, he started doing real. And then we know him for Friday. They put him in Friday. You feel me? So Debo legacy, Debo, yeah, he from Compton. Yeah, Debo legacy is tied to Hulk Hogan. That's how we know Debo. That's how he came. Before Friday, he became iconic. I can say his Friday thing overshadowed his wrestling because he wasn't wrestling for long. So his role in Friday was so big. We even call somebody getting punked Debo. We name somebody get punked or chump. We name that you got Deboed or they Deboed you. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? We call that Deboed, but before that took place, we know him from wrestling, you know? No, not the Zeus channel. Debo from Friday, his name and when he was a wrestler and when he was in the movie No Holds Barred. No Holds Barred, I think they got it for free on YouTube. His name was Zeus. He was a wrestler named Zeus. He was a bad guy. Hulk Hogan always fought larger than life bad guys like Big John Studd, Andre the Giant, Roddy Piper, stuff like this. Zeus was a major opponent of his, probably around 89 or 88, 89 or so. And he had a big Z painted on the side of his head. But it was Debo from Friday. Yeah, yeah. Oh Zeus. Boy, that was when I was a kid, then I had to be like, because I'm 40 now, so I had to be probably around 4 when I was seeing Zeus, and I was like, "This is a scary motherfucker right here," because anybody who if you was cockeyed or cross-eyed, you was automatically scary back in them days because it added a crazy look to you, and you know what I'm saying. But yeah, Hulk Hogan couldn't hurt him. He was, either one of them couldn't wrestle good to me. And I had a homeboy growing up that kind of favored him a little bit to me. He just wasn't cross-eyed, but I remember we used to be cracking jokes. I'd be like, "Oh, tiny Zeus Lister, tiny Zeus Lister ass motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? We used to be playing the game and shit. I'm like, just Zeus looking ass for real. OG Land Diesel in the building. Salute. Where everybody? Oh, everybody. Where? Okay. Oh, tacos popped in here. My bad. Salute the tacos before Vato. She was in here. I missed her. Salute the tacos before Vatos. Everybody that popped in the chat. I know I was talking, so if I missed anybody that popped in here, my bad. Forrest Whitaker. Lisa. What's up, Lisa Truth? My bad. Lil Jon and Trick Daddy Let's Go sample Ozzy song. Okay. I love the Cosby Show every Thursday at 8. Yeah, I just used to see episodes of it, and I was just watching it, but I didn't follow it like, oh, it's coming on tonight at this time or whatever. Claire Huxtable can still get the biz. Yeah, that woman fine as hell, man. Felicia Rashad. They be throwing up old pictures of her on social media. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Land Diesel, what you got going on? What song? Lisa Benet. That was the one VC couldn't figure out the damn question on the sitcom trivia. When I said name a spinoff featuring the daughter from the Cosby Show, which was the niece, Lisa Bonet, and that was a different world. Oh, you at the casino? Just ate dinner. Now I'm gambling a little. Oh, okay. Yep. Vegas nights. Yeah, we hope you win, man. We may need a loan. Hit big, brother. Hmm. Yeah, old Theo. I think Theo. I didn't know he. Did he? No, he didn't. I was about to say something wrong. I was about to say Theo went with Lisa Bonet, but he didn't. But he had. Who else he had? He had. Theo was with. What's your name? King Hazy, only Hayes YouTube channel. Salute. Appreciate you coming through. He had what's her name? Michelle Thomas. Myra. Myra from Family Matters, the one that died. I think she had breast cancer or some type of cancer. Myra from Family Matters. He had a couple of little sitcom bras. But that's unfortunate, man. I that's why I don't go near no water, man. Um I don't know how to swim neither. You know what I'm saying? But water is a force of nature. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you think of it in terms of a flood or a storm, but water is a force of nature. Ask anybody that know about being in water. Water is one of the heaviest things on earth. Water will overwhelm the hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being in some water and being overtaken by some waves, and man, you can't compete against that. That's some force for your ass. You know what I'm saying? I still don't know how to swim. That's why I don't mess with no water like that. Like, God forbid I be in a situation where I end up in some water. Like, I hope to hell I ain't going over a bridge that collapse or a plane go down and land in some water. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the man. That's crazy. Yeah, her too. Regina King. Yeah, it was her too that he was with, Theo. Yeah. Trying to tell flat earths how heavy water is and why it don't just fall off the earth. Right. Water. I don't play with no water, man. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like every time these black folks, deaths of black folks traveling, deaths of black folks have risen. Seem like every time it's some black folks go to Mexico and something happened to them, whether they get poisoned or drowned or kidnapped. It seemed like black folks going everywhere and there's something happening to them. So he over there in Costa. I think Napoleon went to Costa Rica for his honeymoon, but he over there drowned. Man, that's crazy. Best player. What's up with it though? Yeah, that's a well, a scenario I don't want to. That's one thing. I don't go too high. I don't like heights neither, bro. You could put me on the top of a building, my anxiety set in. I don't care if I'm in the middle of the building. I feel in danger. Like I feel like I'm close to the edge. You could put me in the middle of the building where you first enter the roof, and I feel like I will not go near the edge of a building, like the edge of a roof. I won't go near the edge of it. I remember they was doing I was working at a job and they was mad with me. I didn't give a damn. 'Cause they was saying I didn't help them because they was moving some like building materials they was supposed to be fixing the roof. It was a nursing home and they had like some machinery, like some type of crane or some type of machinery that was transferring the building materials to the top of the roof. And they had a few of us on the roof and they was trying to get me like, oh, come closer to they was trying to get me to be like right on the edge. And I was like, man, I ain't coming over there. And then they was I'm like, I told y'all I don't like no heights. What if this damn thing and then they wasn't controlling it right and it was swinging and at one point we like whoa. I'm like, what if that damn thing hit you, that pallet full of heavy ass material and I'm right on the edge and I go over the roof on. I'm like, man, I'm not no. I ain't give a damn how mad they was. I'm like, I told y'all don't come get me for nothing when you go up high. I don't do water and I don't do real high stuff. Like God forbid, rest in peace to the people in 9/11, the Twin Towers people. I would never take a job in a building that high. I would have to be on one of the bottom level floors. You ain't gonna put me up top. I'm not doing that. You feel me? Even if I'm inside the building. And as you could, another worst case scenario. I'm in a real tall building up high, and something happened like that. Now, the elevators is immediately shut down. So now you got to try to run down all these steps. You ain't gonna make it out of there. Them people just started jumping, man. I would never be in that. So what floor my department on? Oh, your floor. You on the 46th floor? Nah, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna check out other options. That's what I'm gonna do. You got to put me down low. I don't play that. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I don't like no heights. Just so happen to drown while fighting for royalties. Uh, just hard have drive with cops. Man, imagine being cuffed and someone driving you. I've been arrested before. Me either. I don't risk my life doing stuff. Me neither. It's nothing that I'm gonna do. It was gonna be threat of me passing. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen. I ain't doing that. No activities I am perfectly capable of sitting at a distance in this sand and watching these waves and watching everybody else surfing and running in them. I was in Daytona for 10 years in a beach town. Spent plenty of nights on the beach, having fun and everything like that. Never once did I get in the water. You know what I'm saying? I remember going to Jamaica when I was 14. I walked right to where the water come and let it hit my feet, and that was it. It didn't never touch my knee or nothing. Like we ain't going nowhere where the water even get deep. And people in Daytona was getting it. They was not even going in the Daytona got a shark problem where it was plenty of people while I was there got attacked by sharks. You don't even got to go deep in the water. You could just be like right on the verge, and a shark will roll up on you. You ain't got to be deep out in there. Jellyfish and stingrays and all. Man, hell no. I ain't going where no danger. Hey, I don't play with no water. Pool, nothing. You know, so a pool, it's gonna have to be like I do a pool, but they gotta be a shallow pool, one I can stand up in. And I don't want nothing deep enough to where I can be submerged and drown in it. He was teaching his daughter how to swim. Yeah, I don't know, but I gotta catch up on that. That's crazy. Don't become first responder. Nope. Ex-football player who got knocked off his boat and had to swim for 9 hours back to shore. Nah, I never heard of that. That's crazy. 9 hours. Stop being scary. Hell, yeah, I'm scary. I ain't going on no damn roof and get knocked off no roof. And I got a personal, not to be a conspiracy theorist and always think racism as at play, but I know for a fact they've always experimented on us. Tuskegee experiment, or we gonna try this medicine out on them and all this stuff. I feel like, okay, first of all, how they had us on that roof, that was illegal. When we was on that roof, we was supposed to have harnesses and all kind of stuff just in case we went over something to hold us and everything like that. That's state law. That's law anywhere. You ain't supposed to just be up there raw. And I feel like they send, because it wasn't nothing up there but blacks and Spanish people. I feel like they send, you know, poor folks or experiment on us, like send us to do something dangerous. Like, okay, do this right here, stand right here. They get us to try to get us to do the shit don't nobody want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like our life is less valuable. Hell no. I don't even do 90 miles per hour in my I've done it before, but I don't play like that neither. People be telling me I be driving slow. I don't play like that. Man, when I first got my license and started driving, man, I had so many damn tickets and speeding, everything. I was just breaking all the rules. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't. I had all these points on my license was damn near suspended. Uh, a year and some change after I started driving because I didn't start driving until late. And my like a year and some change after I started driving, my license was damn near suspended. But now I ain't got no points. Don't be trying to be cool, man. Just hell with it. Do the speed limit, man. Keep your license. As you losing your license as a grown man is like losing a lifeline. You can't move around. You can't go have fun. You can't go with no females. That you can't. A car is freedom for to a man. Standing up with the yellow bucket at the water park. Nope, don't want to do 10 feet. I'm fine. Nope. Could have requested life jacket. I'm definitely slow driver. I can't see darkness in the rain. Plenty black men, zero license. Turn off. Women hate driving at night. Yeah, I don't play around. I don't play around in no capacity. I ain't trying to go fast. I ain't trying to be no speed demon or nothing. I got homeboys that my homeboy in Trenton be laughing at me because of how I sit up in the seat. Motherfucker think you supposed to be laid all back in the seat. You would get fucked up like that too, trying to be all low and laid back in the seat like Alpo. You know what I'm saying? That's who started that shit. That shit traveled around the whole country. They'll tell you that in documentary. That shit traveled around the whole country. The drug dealer Alpo had his seat all the way back like that. Them old heads ain't drive like that. Them old 70s players, they didn't drive like that. He bought that shit and it traveled all around the country. Now everybody want their seat all the way back like they laying down. Man, you'll get fucked up like that. You feel me? Trying to drive, trying to look cool. Hell no. Be your last ride. I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? So I got friends, one of my it's really one of my homeboys that do it, but like, man, you sit up regular as hell in the car. Yeah, I do. Cause I ain't I want to see, damn it. You know what I'm saying? I want to get home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I sit up straight in the car. I ain't trying to look cool. I ain't trying to impress nobody. Yeah. Nah, I be driving. I drive at night. I've been chilling lately though. I've been chilling a lot, man. I've been just, you know, I like, man. Prior to my 40th birthday, everything, I just been changing up a lot of stuff, man. That's why I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking cigarettes. You know, and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's more changes to come, but I just it's a lot of stuff, man. But even before I stopped doing that, I had stopped hanging as late. See, a lot of people, man, I used to be hanging, bro. I'm 3 or 4 in the morning to coming in the house, nigga. A lot of people don't know that. See, y'all would see me, and people used to be like, why he always in his car? But I was in my car because I be out and about. I had a whole nightlife. I be at the bar. I be shooting pool. I be with friends. I be over here, over there. I was always outside. I'm just learning to say, all right, sit your ass down. Like, you didn't had your fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now my fun is gonna be traveling the world. I'm about to start moving around. So I want to get me a passport. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be my fun. Not you know, hanging around locally. But yeah, I was never yeah, went to strip clubs before too. I got YouTube won't let me post my strip club stuff. But I would go I was never super duper big on that anyway. But I would go here and there. But yeah, I had a nightlife. That's why people used to see me in the car, cause and I might say, "Hey, I'm about to go to the house," but that was just my exit from live. But I'd be out 3, 4 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I've been, I'm a night owl. You know what I'm saying? No, it just lap dance. It wasn't too much. I just felt like it wasn't worth the money, you know. And then these strip clubs got pretty pathetic to me over the like I remember the first time I went to one, I never went to them much. But the first time I went to one was a drastically different experience than the last time I went to one. I want to say the last time I went to one probably was like 2021 or something like that. Um, could have possibly been 2022, but I really feel like it was 2021. And first of all, one thing I noticed is that over the time of me going in them, the quality of the females dropped. Like it got to the point where I started noticing they were hiring just any female, that the females was stiff and couldn't really dance over time. Then I started noticing that like it was this one it was this one it was two in particular I would go to, and it was both of them. A situation was that it was the women in there. You know how the women walk around and mess with you while you sitting at the bar, and nobody won't be tipping them. They couldn't dance or nothing, or people just was being cheap. So they keep coming around to you. Like you come around, they'd have their titties in their hand, and you give them $1 here, and they walk off. And then before you know it, 2 seconds later, they right back. I'm like, yo, I just get like move. So it's like it was like desperation for money, and I was like, man, this is annoying. Like, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out my face and all this and that. So then, and then you know what goes on the strip club, strip clubs, and you know what I'm saying. So I just wasn't with the whole scene anyway. And plus, my logic, I never. It was always just something to do to me. Like I didn't feel like, and I ain't no trick or nothing, but I'm like it really don't make no sense. So you spending money to see this? It was just something to do. It was like you spend money to see this, If you just want to see something, you could see PORN for free. You know what I'm saying? You know, or if you really need some type of action, I guess if that's your thing, you can pay for some action. But you don't have to be here to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was so it never made sense to me. So I was always not really cool about being in one to begin with. It just was something to do, kill time, change the scenery. Like I may have been in a regular bar, sports bar, watching a game, or being a regular bar, shooting pool or having some drinks. It's like, you know what? Go to the strip club. That's another so that's gonna be different. It's gonna be ass shaking at it. You know, hopefully good shaking and all that. And it don't make sense. These they got OnlyFans out there. You can see all that stuff without going there. Strip clubs is going under. All that stuff is going under. OnlyFans ain't making money like they used to. Men is not really spending their money on strip clubs and OnlyFans and stuff like that, like they was. And I ain't never really. I thought that I ain't never really agreed with it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, then they want to charge covers. They want you to buy this many drinks. It's all this and that. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. The men is smartening up about what they do with their money out here. Many strip clubs in multiple states. Best ones are in Atlanta. I always hear Atlanta, Houston, and Miami. And so every now and then you hear other little places got good ones, like in Tennessee and stuff like that too. But I won't be knowing at this late in the game. I don't plan on really attending too much. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That was always my motto. Bring club to you. The first time I've been to, I ain't even call it a strip club. The first time I was in something like that when I was 18, it was a little house around the corner from the college, a little house in the hood. Like it was on my same block that I ended up living on, just at the opposite end of the block. It was like a little apartment complex, and it was like a two-bedroom apartment, and it was two dudes. And like every Thursday night or Friday, and I think it was Thursday night, they would have like three or four girls come in there and strip, and people from the hood, they'll charge you like $3 to get in or something like that, and they would have beers in there. It'd be cheap beer, but you could buy like a cheap beer, or you could bring your own, as long as you wasn't starting no shit. You know, so that was the first time I went in something like that, you know, and the quality of women that was in there stripping was even worse. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I ain't, I ain't really, uh, I ain't really into it like that. Napoleon, YZ, what up? PJ got that power. What's going on with you? ATL is popular, but better spot, small military town. hmm I feel like now they going straight to the strip club for tricking reasons, because that's a strip club is basically a brothel. You know what I'm saying? That's what VIP is. When they go and they pushing you to go to VIP, that's, hey, you can get some other services back here. You want to go back here? That's what that is. A strip club is a brothel. So, you know, and if you into all that type of action, I don't know why you want to go back there and play and pay brothel prices. You might as well go ahead and find you some other type of arrangement, because I'm pretty sure whatever they charging back there probably high. But I don't think no strip clubs, because they closing up. I just read that they closing up all over the country. A lot of strip clubs are closing up. So I think very few of them is booming. A few might be booming, but they ain't booming like they used to be. A strip club used to be like bona fide business because who don't want to see? But now with OnlyFans and all these free porn sites, and the fact that more more of these little young girls out here than ever come up off something for a couple bucks. That's killed that because and then you got inflation and recession and the price of everything that went up. Motherfuckers just more economical. Like I guess kind of like how they was supposed to be thinking anyway. Like man, I can get some real action and not even have to spend all this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was reading something. Strip clubs is closing up. It's becoming a dinosaur. Like I can see this from home on my computer or on my phone. Why watch and pay all this money? I take small town club, Bowmaids, Hinesville, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia. VIP are open, so many just dance and strip or make their own price. Yeah, because dancing, they ain't gonna get no whole money from, and only a big major strip club you gonna make a lot of money dancing, where you might see some rich men or some tourist activity like them girl. But the real money made back in VIP. Can't nobody tell me nothing about. I'm a man and I've been to strip clubs. If you a man and you've been to a strip club, if you've ever gone back to VIP. That's why like I remember when I the first couple times I went to them, they was like, "Oh, you want to go to VIP?" And I was like, "What's the big deal?" To okay, yeah, they get to do lap dances. I've been to seen strip clubs where they do lap dances out on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And just breaking all the rules. But yeah, you get a lap dance back there. But when you get back there, it is a proposition for prostitution. When you get back there, any nigga ever been to a strip club and went to VIP, that's what goes on. I ain't never been to one and been back in the VIP where they didn't proposition that. So I just came to the conclusion that that's what VIP is. And then saying it to other men, they like, yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, that's what the VIP is. That's what it is. When you get back there, hey, you want this, you want that, you want this the prices for it. I don't even, you know, and but I have heard a couple girls. I remember striking up a conversation one time with a white girl, and she was like, "Oh yeah, the girls don't like me here, and I don't get along with the females because I don't do X, Y, and Z, and they don't do it." And so I guess she wasn't making no money, and then she was frustrated because all the girls was making money because they was with it and she wasn't with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know what day. I'm talking about my experience. I'm talking about my experience, and I ain't gonna go off what you say. I'm going off of me being in there and what I experienced and what all the men I know in their years of going to them went through. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the men on that one because they the one getting proposition. They the customers. Yep, yeah. If you ain't, ain't no points in going in there if you ain't going I guess be with the shit. That's why I stopped. Like I said, I had to catch myself at one point, like what I'm even in here for. You know what I'm saying? Uh what I'm even in here for at this place because I'm damn sure ain't paying for this VIP treatment and I ain't finna sit in here all night throwing all my money. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then shit, the average strip club nowadays is full of a bunch of broke motherfuckers. They be going there, them girls be walking up and down the stage, and you might see a couple singles get thrown, and everything. Yeah, I do that before I go and spend all my money in the strip club. Yeah. Big IV, big full body people for the people, and this is the For the Real Only channel. Like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can stay tapped in as well. Yeah, this is not a game, this is not a test, it's the real thing. Double tap on the screen for me, please. And hit that like button. I done told somebody on here too to go ahead and stop. You might as well stop tagging me. I'm gonna swipe it right off the screen. That like I've been doing. I'm not gonna watch it. So I don't even want to hear it. So please do not play yourself on here any further than you already have, because ain't no points in tagging somebody that's not gonna watch it. So I gotta film some. Gotta do a collab. I gotta do a collab. Tomorrow, an interview. Yeah. Uh. Ran the door and dragged me to the VIP. Yeah, man, I remember I was at the strip club and I went to the college. I remember it was this girl. She was from Texas too. This girl was thick as hell. I used to see she was short and um she was short. She was short and she was real thick. And I remember she had some long ass real hair, and she had it in a long ponytail that went down her back. So I used to see her on campus. I used to be like, damn, she thick or whatever. So I remember I lived in Daytona, and I lived next to some train tracks, and it was like a block and a half away on my same street was a. Have you ever been to that town? It was a strip club called Pink Pony, and they eventually changed the name to Diamond Dolls, but I had never that was the first time I had went in an official strip club. I was young. Like I said, they had the little thing in the house down the street, but I was living on the other side of town. So this was the first time I originally went in one. And it was like a dead it was like it wasn't a super busy night, but I went um and I went to that place like a few times, but I went there and the girl was there. She had just started. I was shocked. And all I can remember was that girl was going around like, you could smoke in there and everything, so it kind of masked shit. But I remember she was like, "You look familiar." She was like, "You look familiar." And she was like, "Don't you go to the school?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Yeah, I know I've seen it, right?" And she was like, "If you see me, please don't say nothing because I can get in trouble. I can get put out of school and all this and that." So I was like, yeah, yeah, I know, whatever. So I never said nothing about it, but I used to see her. She's it was a good looking girl, but man, I remember uh so I'm in there. It ain't that many people. There's probably like 5 or 6 girls, probably about 7 or 8 men around. It's like a regular weeknight. So I'm like just taking in the experience. I ain't never been to a real one. So I'm like, this is what I was there by myself because I lived a block away. So I just was bored and decided, let me see, check out. I never been to a strip club. So I go in there and I'm like, all right. So I'm in there and I'm like, so this is what this is about? And I'm like, maybe it's different on a crowded night. So she come over, she strike up conversation, she dancing at the table and all this and that. So then she like, oh, you want to go to VIP? She keep asking me about VIP. So at first I didn't go. I just sat and had a couple drinks and then I went. And I went to VIP and she was dancing and everything. And then she's like, oh, don't you like it back here? And she's like, we can do whatever we want. And she kept dancing and all this and that. And then she said it again like 2 more times, like, "We could do whatever we want." And then I caught on like, "Okay, that's what this is." And on top, and then she was musty as hell down there. Her box. I was like, damn, like onion. She smelled like onions. So I was like, shit. So anyway, it was time to go. I mean, no. She told me, um, oh, you ready to go? And she was like, that's gonna be such and such. Like it was like basically $3 a song. Now I hadn't been back there before a couple minutes. Like once she propositioned, I was ready to go. What up, Dread? Once she propositioned, I was ready to go. You feel me? So I was like, all right, let me get the hell up out of here because that's what it is back here. I didn't know I had never been to one. I was probably about 21. I had never been to one, so I was ready to go. She was like, okay, that's three songs. She's like, that's $60. Bro, I had literally could and then they don't dance the whole song. They start the song while the song is playing and they end the song before the song finishes. So they literally play like a minute and some change or 2 minutes of a song and then skip to the next song. So I've been back there literally like a few minutes and I'm already, I think it was 60 or $80. I'm already on like for 3 or 4 songs that they didn't even play the whole song. I'm like, I ain't been back here in 10 minutes, but 10, not even 10 minutes, and I already owed 60, $80. So I'm like, man, this is some scam. So I can, and then it was just to go back there and make a proposition. So uh I thought myself like maybe that's just her. So, but I realized that it wasn't just her, that's just what was going on there. And any other time I've been to one, they've tried that. And no matter where it was. But anyway, yeah, but I remember, man, I had on a new outfit that night. I remember I went back to my apartment and I remember my clothes was musty as hell. I was like, damn, musty booty ass. Yeah, pink pony. Then they changed it to diamond dolls. Yeah, so I stayed on the same street as a strip club on Madison Avenue and Ridgewood Avenue and on the corner in Daytona Beach. I don't know if it's still called Diamond Dolls. It's a strip club. If you ever go to Daytona Beach, go on that corner, Madison Avenue and Ridgewood Avenue, and you on the street I used to live on. You go a block after that, you're gonna see train tracks, and right after the train tracks on the right is a brick apartment building. I used to live in that building, and it's only two. It may be more by now, but I when I was there, it was only like two strip clubs in town. Yeah, but it's all good. I just fell through. Oh, what happened? Oh, for Tanya. Good. All right, for Tanya. Oh, she probably already. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, them days is pretty much over for me. And that's how it's gonna be any other time I go. The last time I went, actually Black Diamond was with me. The last time I walked in a strip club, we went in there and and we went to the strip club and it was like it had changed because it used to be more mixed. like a mixed strip club. Like it used to be mixed. It used to be you may find a couple white girls in there here and there, but it was mostly black women and Spanish women. But we went in, and this was the last time I said I ain't going to no more strip clubs. I didn't really spend no money in them or agree with them anyway. But it just used to be something to do. Like I said, the last time me and Black Diamond went to one, and it was somebody else with us too that went with us. But we went in that motherfucker, man, and they had a bunch of it had to be like 4 or 5 Spanish women in there that probably was like they had to be like in they mid Moni, what up? It had to be like they had to be like in they mid or late 40s. You talking about stiff? A lot of them mommies, a lot of them Spanish women be stiff as hell. I'm like they was stiff. I'm like, man, these like, and I remember Black Dog. She was cracking the hell up at my reaction to it. I was like, man, I'm looking. I'm like, man, like, and then the women, they see they walking down, they looking at me. You know how strippers be trying to make eye contact, and I'm like, man, I'm looking, I'm shaking my hand, sucking my teeth. I'm like, man, these motherfuckers stiff, and they didn't have the music that high and nothing that night. So I was just looking, and then I'm talking about we sat in there for like 3 minutes. I was like, man, let's get the fuck up out of here. Black Diamond was cracking the fuck up, laughing so loud. I walked past security. I said, man, y'all need to get some wits out of these motherfuckers stiff as hell and want to get tipped. You know what I'm saying? No wonder ain't nobody tipping. They got these women was stiff as hell. They was like in they late. I'm like these old ass Spanish women. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't been the one since. I'm talking about that was like 2021. I was like, man, hell with this. You know what I'm saying? Like it get to the point where a strip club can be like that. Like it get to a point where it's just a desperation thing. Like put something up on the stage so some money can be made. I'm like, bro, this ain't even like if you gonna try to do this business, you want to have a certain, you know what I'm saying? You don't want no old ass Spanish women that's stiff and can't even they ain't they can't they got the pole there. They ain't even doing no tricks on the pole because they older. I guess they can't do that no more. So they just walking around the pole and just literally walking on the stage, just like walking back and forth, prancing. I'm like, you ain't gonna do nothing on the pole, or you ain't gonna work for no tip. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all just threw anybody up here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all they got them women off the street. Yeah, them motherfuckers need an oil can or something like on Wizard of Oz. Like, what's wrong with these? You know what I'm saying? Get these bras an oil can. You know what I'm saying? So they can flex and move their arms and legs and bend over. I'm like, you ain't doing nothing. You just up here walking around and trying to make eye contact and look sexy. And you know how they be trying to look seductive. I'm like, man, please. I said, let's go, Tay. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. I'm out of here. You know? Yeah. Yeah, I don't do lackluster performance. You ain't gonna get my money. Like I said, I'd rather find me, if I want that kind if I want that type of entertainment, I'll just rather find me a female who can dance and just say, here go a flat rate right here. Uh, me and my friends, we got a pool table in the basement. You just come dance. we ain't gonna do we ain't gonna pay exorbitant fees. And yeah, we got us a bottle of liquor. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna pay all these sky high fees just to watch no lackluster performance. At least try to make it look sexy, not struggle. Right. Yeah, there you go, struggle twerking. Good term right there by Moni. Yep, struggle twerking. Yep. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do this. Is not the struggle twerk channel. You feel me? Yeah. This is not the struggle twerk channel. Tequila shots. Hmm. Yeah, all that, like all this right here. That's why these girls on the internet done cornered the market and ate their food. Like they might as well, you go into the club or physical place, they might as well, y'all might as well try to get y'all a good premium. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. They ain't gonna shake nothing. We know that. I go by if ain't no quarters or no balled up dollars already on the stage, I know they ain't did nothing. They ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit and watch. I'm gonna sit and watch them first. But I mean, listen, they like I said, all these girls on Snapchat got premium Snapchat where they do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Only thing you doing is you still sitting there watching it. You just watching it in person. It's all watching. You know what I'm saying? You can find twerk videos all over the damn internet. It's literally no reason to go. You feel me? So I guess I just ain't never been to a good one because I ain't never seen. Now, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I was about to say I ain't never seen one where the girls was good dancers. I haven't had a good twerk show experience, strip club. But I was about to say that, but no. Uh, January 2020, I went to North Carolina because a friend of mine from Richmond that I knew from college, he originally from Richmond, Virginia, but he living down there in the Triangle. That's Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, that little area. And it's a town out there called Cary, North Carolina. And they had a club there called Pure Gold. And on the last night I was there, I linked up with him and we went over there. And that was far. Every, they had this real short, petite, Asian girl. I don't know why they had her. That just was affirmative action hire to me. Man, her damn lingerie was looking baggy and everything. Like she didn't have no ass or nothing. I was like, man, oh, like what? Why they got her here? Like she wasn't ugly, but everything else was like, you know what I'm saying? But every other female they had them in all flavors and they had them exotic looking. They had exotic looks to them, tats, everything. Like awesome. So whoever picked them, awesome. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like I will say that that was my only good experience being in one. Whoever picked one of them looked like what was that? What's that Harley Quinn or whoever that one of them looked like that. They all was unique and like they was nice looking girls and they all can dance. So I said to myself, out of all the times I've been to the strip club, um, this was a definite. I'm sitting there like this was a good experience. Like whoever club this is, they know what they doing and they did right. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just throw anybody up here that couldn't dance. Cause the women ain't gotta be in tip top grade A shape. They just gotta be able to dance good. That's the overall. A glory hole. I ain't never seen nothing like that. To make it diverse. Oh, the Joker girlfriend. Okay, yeah. That's what she was. That's what she was. Looking like. So, but each one of them had they And I remember it was one there that was like Spanish and black. She reminded me of like Jocelyn, but nothing was fake. And she didn't look manly like Jocelyn, but nothing on her it was like real. Everything was real deal. And but I say that because she was Spanish and black, and she was real like tall, like size, like it was one. And I remember even the bartenders, they had like two white girls bartending, and they had on lingerie. They was like bartending in lingerie type shit, and they was then the two white girls bartending was super thick. You know what I'm saying? Now that was it, and they closed down because I was like, you know what? Because I'm thinking about going back south, and I did like that area. So I remember when I remember I typed it in not too long ago, Pure Gold, and they had just closed down. I was like, man, this was not long. They probably been closed for like a year, but that was an official experience. Yep, struggle twerking. And then another thing here, still on this strip club topic. Another thing here is twerking has become too universal, and I think that's another thing that's messing up. Is too the twerking is that it's too universally the same, and it's because of the internet. Everyone start twerking, talking about hey, and they all do the same little moves because of the internet. So they all just copy the moves. Like I remember, I'm talking about. I remember the first times I was going to them, it was like different styles of twerking, and motherfuckers just knew how to dance and knew how to twerk. And now it's like a universal way that they twerk, and all of them do the same dances. So it's really don't make no sense being exposed to a whole bunch of them doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that too. That too. But all of them do the same thing. It all kick off with hey, and then they do they've all watched a million videos and learned how to do the same moves. Yep, that too. I'm all for other things can be that's what I'm all for. I'm all for anything, any type of standout action, anything different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Pure Gold and Cary, North Carolina, they get the crown. It was a cookout right up the street. What y'all know about cookout? It was a cookout right up the street. Have to get our flexibility back up. It ain't nothing but stretching. That's it. I'm really starting to realize the importance of stretching. Like if you don't stretch, you will be stiff. Like especially like as we get in our late 30s and early 40s, I don't even need to. I know damn well I don't even need to ask y'all. Some of y'all wake up and shit might pop here and there. You know, you know what I'm saying? Or you wake up and you be tight. You have to stretch. You have to stretch. Cause I'm like, if you don't stretch, imagine a year. Then I wonder why old people be walking like they do and be moving like they do. You know what I'm saying? That's cause you ain't been doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to stretch. So I'm about to start taking, even if I got to wake up earlier in the morning to do it, I'm about to start taking time in the mornings before I do whatever I do to stretch my body, and probably before bed, even if it's just 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Stretch them legs out good, stretch it in there and everything, your arm and everything, or you will get old and stiff and your mobility won't be that good. You feel what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a bop, be a best bop you could be. That's facts. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta keep your flexibility and your mobility in check. I ain't trying to get old and stiff. You know what I'm saying? You could feel a dude told me when I was younger, said death death let you know it's coming. That's all a part of the aging process, which results in eventually death. So don't be offended by the words death. We all gonna leave here. Um, death let you know long before it come that it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of it. That stiffening up, that getting tight and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather have a better quality of life as I age and not be all tight, and you know what I'm saying? You got to keep your flexibility going. You got to stretch, and you got to, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, man, so you can move around good, you know. I see some older people, I see some older people and they be, moving around real good. You feel me? The views and opinions expressed in this panel are for entertainment purposes only and do not reflect the views of this channel. Right. Yeah. If you waking up and you walking and shit is, it's time to start doing some stretching. Something got to change in your routine. You know what I'm saying? Or if you walk, or if you getting up and your back is tight, something got to change in your routine. You feel me? I don't know what happened to your. You know what? I'm gonna have to. I don't know what happened to your wrench. I'm this like the second time you popped up without a wrench. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to go through and check these wrenches. I don't know what's going on. Somebody got a wrench doing something because I just discovered that you can. I didn't know you can. Wait, ain't nobody got no. I don't know what happened or if you did something. But anyway, yeah, if you waking up and something popping or something tight, yeah, it's time to do something. Feel me? Yeah, that's dope. Moni got it all figured out. We just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's for entertainment purposes. Yeah, that's a fact though, you know. And I'm telling you, when I wake up and I take that initial stretch, you take that initial stretch when you still laying down, poop, 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 poop. You know what I'm saying? Then you get up and you get them little couple ankle pops on the way to the bathroom. And you know what I'm saying? You know, it's key in that moment. In that moment, take 10 minutes out, man, and just, sit down on the floor, do a couple little light stretches. You don't gotta do that, but hold them for about 10 seconds and everything. Twist your hip, hold on to the wall, hold like that. You know what I'm saying? Just hit them legs, them hips and everything like that, real quick. I feel like that's gonna work wonders as you age. Just a simple something that you would have done in PE class growing up. They don't have you do it for nothing. You don't just do it before you have physical activity. Physical activity is just walking and going about your day. It ain't got to be exercise. Word. Downward dog. Y'all seen Clarissa Shields at the weigh-in? Clarissa Shields been showing out since she been with Papoose. Oh, damn. I'm like, why wasn't I seeing Tonyo, what up? Damn, I had stopped seeing comments. People fake accounts. Yeah. Tonyo, what up, Tonyo? Yeah, you right about that though. It'd be a lot of people doing that though. Kevin Durant got caught tweeting and forgot he was on his fake account. Mm. Tonyo, y'all go check out Tonyo. Subscribe to Tonyo, man. Yeah, I almost didn't make it here, man. Fell asleep. Yep. There you go. There go the Tonyo, man, right there. Link. Oh, what the hell? Oh, barbecue brisket Whopper. How good is Burger King brisket? They probably put like a pinch of brisket on the burger. I'm about to make some though. I ain't never made one. Yeah, I subscribe to Chef Full channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get back to doing that. I've been saying, as y'all know, I did a couple, I did two mukbangs actually, but I messed up. Um, um, I messed up. I did a KFC one, but I put it on private on the Chef O channel, and then I did another one that I made a mistake and went live. No, I wait, did I went live with it, and I don't think nobody saw it. Or I know I filmed it and then I posted it, but I posted it on here by mistake. And I deleted it and I took it, but I had already deleted it and I noticed it. I hadn't put it for public, and then I noticed that I deleted it on my phone in here, and I noticed that it was on here and not Chef 4. I was like, damn, but it was too late. So I'm probably get back to doing some of those too. And with Black Diamond, because I need to shoot this joint closing in, Chef O closing in on 1,000 too. So, and along with getting my watch hours back on here, I need to start building watch hours on there too. So I got a bunch of watch hours to get up. Oh yeah, there we go, Chef O. Yep. The link is in the comments. Well, I'm putting it on the screen. Yeah, y'all can go over there. We just did our episode yesterday. There go another thumbnail. We just did an episode yesterday with a Kenyan recipe. You feel me? Yep, Kenyan chicken and potatoes. I was making that and didn't even realize it was Kenyan. And I said, "Oh, I just made a Kenyan dish. I just made an African dish." So if you go on the video, somebody commented from there and said, "We call this such and such." So I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize this was African food that I'm making here." You know, we gonna get country on y'all too. I just uploaded this one. Some neck bone. So anyway, go check it out, man. I need the watch hours. Hit share on that joint for me. Yeah, me too. That's what I'm about to do, Moni. I don't know what's gonna happen with Chef O, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like the views is gonna drop, and I'm gonna have to start fresh. Cause my views, I'm just starting to post again anyway, so they're already low. I was seeing before when I was putting them up, I was getting all up in the thousands and everywhere. So, but I'm not willing to keep eating this stuff the older I get, this type of stuff. So it's definitely about to be a shift in the type of stuff that's going to be cooked, which is probably going to alienate some of the fan base that's already there. So they only going to get stuff like this on cheat days, but it's about to be some different types of recipes and things being cooked. Cause I ain't rich. I ain't cooking just for the show. I'm cooking. I gotta eat this stuff too. You feel me? She said the junk food call you in the late night hours, huh? Who is you, Lou Raw? We're in the midnight hour, baby. When it's cold outside. Yeah, oh, them late nights will get you, cause I'm telling you right now, I ain't even finna hold you. I got some. What time is it? Damn near 1 o'clock. I got some coffee, which is my favorite. I got some coffee ice cream in the freezer, and I am about to, indulge in that before I lay my ass down. Even though I ain't gonna be laying my ass down right away, cause I gotta set some things up for tomorrow. IV, that food isn't helping my case. Chef salad. Chef salad? I might make me a Cobb salad just without the blue cheese. Can't do the blue cheese. I'm allergic. I remember this Asian doctor tried to argue me down because I'm allergic to penicillin. He really was trying to argue. I'm like, how you gonna tell? I can't tell. I can't stand when somebody trying to tell me what my experience is. Don't try to dictate to me what my experience is. You know how disrespectful that is for somebody to have their own experience and you to tell them no. It's not even just my own experience. It's just facts. I'm telling them like, hey, I don't eat no blue cheese, and I'm like, and I said I'm allergic to penicillin and all this and that. He's like, oh, that's not. What do you mean? I said, penicillin is in blue cheese. This motherfucker really arguing like when somebody think that they smarter than you. I guess he think he a doctor. I'm like, how you gonna tell me who's allergic to this what's in what? And I'm like, I have an allergic reaction to blue cheese. It will swell up my throat and make my throat itch. If you do your research, blue cheese has that look that it has with those blue veins and blotches. That's from the injection of something called penicillium mold. Penicillin, the same thing that's in penicillin is mold that's in that medicine. Penicillin is injected into that cheese and it gives it that look because the mold molds the cheese. That's what the look is. So I'm like, this man really arguing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to argue with me. I'm like, bro, okay. I didn't even get into it and break it down for him like I just did for y'all. I'm just like, okay, but bottom line is, yeah, I don't want it. Fuck. Yeah, anybody. So that's fun facts. Blue cheese got penicillin in it. So depending on your level of, for years I was eating blue cheese. And I used to be like, why every time I didn't know I was having an allergic reaction, but I was like, why every time I eat blue cheese, it feels like my throat clogs up. You know what I'm saying? And then I happened to find out. Remember that? You remember that show? It was something like that show, Modern Marvels, where they tell how stuff is made. And but I don't think it was Modern Marvels. It was just a show showing how they make blue cheese, like how they like different cheeses, and it was on TV. This was years ago, and then I found that out, and I stopped eating blue cheese. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, yo, I didn't know that's what was happening. I knew I was allergic to penicillin, so I was like, that's the same. They was like, oh, this the same thing that's in the medicine. It's a type of mold, penicillium mold, and that's where you get penicillin from, and that's what goes in the cheese. hmm I don't think it's all that much of it in there because I think if it was a whole bunch of it in there, it'd probably take my ass out. But it's enough to give it that look. You feel me? Blue cheese when they get burnt, that's a damn shame. Yes, sir. Blue Cheese Network, what up? Blue Cheese Network. We were just talking about blue cheese. That's boxing class for those of y'all that don't know. If y'all remember boxing class, go check him out. Yes, sir. Late in the midnight hour, baby. Promo time.
By the real only. Keep standing on business on hood. There's custards, cameras, and stitches. Check out the content, Cal Stacks. Follow Cuz YouTube channel. By the real only. That's at IV on hood. DAREAL only on hood. By you slow motherfuckers, that's Instagram. That's YouTube channel on hoodsters. By the real only. That's at IVDA real only on hood. Y'all tap in with Cuz. Don't see a coster. Let me keep it 55th Street on hood.
A old school stepper, give me 2 hot peppers, make that on the side, baby. Now it's time to ride, baby. I'm hotter than the summer, no, I didn't stutter. Haters try to take me under for a taste of lemon thunder. Catch me if you can, late night or in the AM. Subscribe like a sham. It's Tony, your man. Yeah, baby.
How long I'm gonna play Crip Mac? I'm gonna keep playing. It's promo. It is called promo for a reason. I'm gonna keep playing it. Yes, sir. Just dropped a new video. Spinach, wingdings, and yellow rice. Okay, that's what's up. Free to loop. Tony, old man. Yeah, baby. Yeah, this the Jack of all trades channel right here. I ain't use my. Let me see. I'm about. We about to change. Pause. We about to change clothes real quick. Yeah, I ain't used my OG look in a minute. Well, no, this one was actually the second one. Wait. Bring it in proper. I don't know. I always look. Y'all notice I never had that look up. It's been very few videos where I use this look from the beginning. I always started off doing, and because I be thinking and I get to saying like, man, you paid for that and you never even use it. We gonna use it now, damn it. We brick living over here. Uh, Yeah, I do them. It depends. It's different prices. In different ways that they come. But you see the email right here at the bottom. Avi the real only at Gmail. But yeah, they pretty affordable and economical. Yep. Double tap on the screen for me. Whatever we looking like on match me up, please. Get the likes for me. StreamYard looking different, man. Yeah, I know. I need to come in. Yeah, I got to use this joint tomorrow, so do some looking around. I don't even remember how to piggyback or nothing on here, or where it's at. I don't even remember how to do it. All right, bro, I got you. For real. But yeah, man. So we got that out the way. So we got that out the way. Yeah, three iconic celebrities. You know, we covered script clubs. What else? Oh, look, I'm scrolling on you. Mug shot of Glorilla, Glorilla, whatever her name. So yeah, apparently, so yeah, she. They said somebody burglarized her house. That's on the rise too. These celebrities house these celebrities, especially these rappers. They houses be getting burglarized like a motherfucker. I feel like it's like a wire, like an underground, um, um, what you call it, like an underground network of people, like a ring that's, and I think they related to the industry, and it's just an underground network of people that we don't know, and that they don't know, that know where a lot of the rappers and celebrities live. Because I feel like it's people in the industry that's probably like, okay, you in the rap business, okay, like just like they got, if you probably go in the rap business and you in the music industry, they like, okay, these is the jewelers that all the people The musicians go to these, like these the jeweler to the stars. These is the real estate people that show you where the property's at. They help this person get a house, that person. I feel like it's like a network of people that know, and because it's too many rappers and celebrities, especially, but rappers especially, that be getting their houses ran up in and burglarized. So they show up because she got her house burglarized and find some weed in there. She go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Now, and then they said she had a sizable amount of it in the closet. So I'm willing. So she had a nice amount of it in the closet. You was crazy anyway for calling the police if you got burglarized. If you was gonna do that, that shouldn't have been in there. Now, if it was gonna smell like it would have smelled like it, but it shouldn't have been in there. What you call the cops for, knowing it was in there? You feel what I'm saying? That's super duper crazy work to me. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna make more. I'm about to move all these joints over to the shorts anyway, because I don't know what YouTube doing to me on the long forms with the cartoons. They ain't putting them, because in the beginning they was putting them in front of more people. They ain't putting them like they was. I'm gonna put them, since they short like that. I might as well just throw them cartoons into the shorts because they'll bring in more channel growth. I'm just gonna change how I do them. A gospel award? What the hell she got a gospel award for? Yeah, but she was crazy to try to call the police, knowing she had a closet full of knowing she had a closet full of weed. People don't be thinking. Remember, half baked doo doo doo. Marijuana affects the memory. Apparently so. You had a closet full of weed, and you gonna get on the damn horn and call them boys, talking about somebody burglarized your house. Get that box out of here first. But she must have forgot. She probably forgot. She probably owned more than one house. She could have been on tour and anything and forgot that shit was even in there. You know what I'm saying? Because she probably got a little something everywhere she lay her head at. Oh, I got a condo over here. I got something in there. I got a such and such over here. I got something in there. I feel like when you rich and you be sending people to get stuff for you, you probably have a little something everywhere. You know what I'm saying? P. Diddy may not even know he had that baby oil in that house. He probably just got it, had a little something everywhere. And it's like, oh, they found this. Oh, I didn't know exactly how many bottles I had. I just bought a bunch of it, so I'll have it on deck. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't be knowing. You know what I'm saying? So she clearly wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, got to do better, Glow. You got to be quicker than that. You know, you got to be quicker than that. You got to be quicker than that, brother. Hulk Hogan has took over YouTube everywhere you go. Yep. But anyway, man, the homie a little behind schedule. I ain't gonna trip on him though if he listening, cause he a fan of the channel. Yeah, I was wondering. I said, "What's going on with my damn fan gift? You know, my belt." So I told him the other day. I said, "I can't wait to see it." And he sent the today. He sent me the showing that he had colored the plates gold. So he sent that. It ain't on a leather. He said he had been busy with it, with getting a lot of orders. It ain't on the leather yet, but uh the plates is gold now. I got the video in my phone, but I can't wait to get that joint in my possession and see what it's looking like. The For the Real Only Championship title, the YouTube belt championship. Hey yo, y'all be seeing this girl on here named Turner, and she be streaming on every damn platform, and be wearing fox ears, and she drink coffee all damn day, and just she that's what she do, and be sleeping, and she stream 24/7. It seem like damn near she be streaming all day, and then she'll go to sleep and leave the camera on her, and she got a fox pillow, and she be pillow humping while she sleep and everything. I don't know if she know she be doing it or not, but that's she probably know by now, but she be sleep for hours on live, as you can see her. And she got a little setup. She be on that joint, be going to IG, TikTok, and every Twitch and everything else at the same time. YouTube, Turner Sanctuary. She look like Nia Long. She live, but she be drinking coffee a lot. She living down. She from I think she from the Bay. I think she from Monterey or Marina, somewhere up in that California. And but she living in Texas. But she literally just look cute and everybody just be on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you'd be surprised who's successful in these streaming and social media platforms. Like, man, people be success just be existing and be getting it, bro. Like this girl literally just sit there and look seductive and drink coffee. She on there now with 1K likes on there right now. Yeah, she looked like Nia Long. Okay. All right, Moni. Yeah, I might be on here a few more, a little bit longer. You know, I was supposed to be on here earlier. I just came to salvage and get whatever little watch time I can get. But look at Sister T, she live acting a damn fool. Benny the Butcher, he live. Look at all these motherfuckers. DJ, oh this DJ, okay, he got him a nice little shirt. That's what I'm saying. If you a DJ, you should automatically. I feel like you a DJ and you ain't got no gig, like no club or bar that you be at on a particular night on the weekend. I feel like all DJs should have a YouTube channel at this point or be streaming because you can stream. You know, even if you like, and I'm trying to figure out how that work, like how you getting paid, because it be, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. YouTube be weird. unless maybe he just ain't saving the video. I don't know what he doing, but like, I be you be on that joint, man, get broke off. A DJ, I remember during COVID, it was DJs killing them during COVID. Y'all remember that COVID era, and then Black Panther was out and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was DJs it was like a handful of DJs that was killing Facebook and everybody, I mean YouTube, and everybody was on there. I think Obama and them was on one of them. One of them DJs was in the chat because everybody couldn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Real deal. The real deal. Not a game, not for tests. Look at this here. Yep. Let me get off here. The yellow watermelon. Anyway, we back. So y'all check out. Man, I wish I had it was so much damn fun last week. I wish everybody could have been there for my first live Cash App giveaway. You know what I'm saying? It was various prizes. We did sitcoms, you know, and we went all the way from we was in multiple decades. I realized I made it too hard, but now I got a blueprint of how to put these together for the people. So the next one we was talking about, we gonna do some movies. We might do movies. I don't know what we gonna jump in, but we want everybody to be able to participate. So we trying to do movies and it went good. I made it. I think I made the questions a little bit too hard. So, and then also I wanted everybody to win, and it was the first one. So I was letting people get second and third chances. Plus, I had made them too hard and everything. But it's about to be more like when I do them on here, it's gonna be like trivia tied to it. And I know for a fact some people was Googling stuff on me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't nobody wasn't nobody fooling me, but you know, it was all good. My first one. So now I know how to do it. It's gonna be more like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like each question you're gonna have easy questions and you're gonna have hard questions. It's gonna be blue pill, red pill. The harder questions gonna be for higher cash prizes. The easier questions gonna be for lower cash prizes. You get to choose them, and on the cheap, easy, and then there's gonna be a strict time limit, and people gonna have to come up here on the panel. They may not show their face, but they can do the voice box like we doing right here. Um, they're gonna have instead of having a long time, I was letting people have a long time. Like it's probably gonna be like a few seconds. They probably gonna get them like 10, 15 seconds to answer the question, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? On the harder questions, they're gonna have a hint. They can get a hint, and they can get a lifeline. You know what I'm saying? On the harder questions, you know. But the hint and the lifeline cost money. So let's just say, make an example. Let's just say a hard question paid $75. You know what I'm saying? If you need a hint, it now pays $70, $65. You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to use your lifeline, it might be paying $60 now or whatever. So I thought it up how I'm gonna do it. It's gonna have a little system to it when I next one I do. So I'm gonna do them, you know, ever so often. I'm gonna probably, you know, try to make it to where I do them a few times a year. I'm just building up I need to build my watch hours back before I redo my monetization. reapply for it. I can reapply now, but I know I ain't got the. Well, I can't because I ain't got the watch hours because I wasn't posting. I had went a long time without posting, and that horse video, them shorts was only doing but so much, but they kept me with something in the algorithm. But that horse video had so many views that when I deleted it, it dropped down my watch hours. And I don't know why YouTube seemed like they not updating my watch hours. I can go live on here and then my watch hours are staying the same. I don't know if I'm losing them at the same time I'm trying to build what's happening, but I'm trying to get my watch hours up. But yeah, that video had like 50,000 views on it. So that was a lot of watch hours it dropped down. And then at the same time, Chef O is inching in on 1,000 subs, and then you got I got the watch hours to get on there too. So I don't know. I'm about to. I think I'm about. I'm gonna try to. I don't know what I'm gonna do for Chef O to get them. It's hard to get watch hours on a cooking channel. I feel like unless I'm just going to try to cook live or something like that. But that's what I think I'm gonna do because I got my little setup back going, and I got little gadgets. I think I'm gonna put the ring light on and use a hot plate, and I'm gonna just cook. I'm gonna cook like that too, and go live and cook on Chef O. That's how I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get watch hours like that. Just cook on live because them long forms ain't getting it. They gotta put it for right now. They ain't. As I keep doing it, because when you ain't posting, I ain't been posting on Chef O, and you start back posting, you got to build up. You got to get that consistency going, and then they start putting it into showing more and more people, and the views go up. So right now, we doing good. You know what I'm saying? I think the highest one right now probably got like 700 something or 900 something views, but they gonna go higher and higher as I keep posting them. But I'm doing better at juggling both of them right now than I did the first time. When I neglected this channel when I was doing Chef O the first time. So now I'm trying to find a good balance of doing both of them. Yep. But yeah, we 2 hours and 18 minutes in. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no super long live. Uh, I just fell through real quick. I was late. Was supposed to be here at 9 o'clock. Pardon me. I gotta put my old setup back when I used to be at the desk. I gotta get my setup back right. So I'm gonna probably do that tonight. I got so many wires and stuff I gotta plug back up and get set up. And I'm gonna set that joint up because now it's a 2 channel in one setup. So that's what I'm gonna do my interviews from. I ain't gonna do my I don't know if but I ain't gonna do my lives from the desk no more like I used to do back in the day, but my interviews is coming from there. My Chef O live cooking, because we gonna cook live too, not just long forms. Um, is gonna come from that desk too, like little easy, quick stuff. We specialize on Chef O and a lot of easy to make one pot dinners that anybody can do. We definitely champion the one pot meals on this channel. So what we gonna do, we gonna put them on live and we gonna shoot them with the camera at the same time. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. Big IV, Big Four by the people for the people, and this is the For the Real Only channel. It's not a game, it's not a test, it's a real thing. It's not for tests. You feel me? Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can stay tapped in as well. You know. Who all we had in here tonight? Napoleon, Moni, Dread, Land Diesel, Blue Cheese Network, OG Tonio Man. You know what I'm saying? Best player was in here. King, what's his name? Hazy was in the building. Mob. Fatanya was in here. Yes, sir. Y'all double tap on the screen for me. Show love. Hit the like button. I might go live tomorrow, man. I need to go live anyway and hurry up and build these watch hours. Plus, I was late today. King Hazy, that's his name. Salute to King Hazy for falling through. Yeah, Rodney B came through. It's your partner. What she said, play where it's safe. How you got the fish over here? Yep. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, okay. Yep. But I'm getting ready to sign up out of here, peoples. I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking out with me for this little 2.5 hour session and everything. Uh, it was a good live nonetheless, you know, technical difficulties. But I'll probably pop back in here on y'all tomorrow, though. Appreciate y'all. Um, Hit that like button on the way out if you didn't do so already. And go subscribe to both channels. The Chef O channel, we on the road to 1,000. And please, please, please share these lives, share these cooking channels, help me out. That sharing is so important. I never realized how important that was. That sharing is so important. I'm literally watching a couple creators and this other woman doing her cooking thing, and she got everybody sharing, and she growing so fast, man. You know what I'm saying? Please, when you watch and check out Chef Fo, hit the share on them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we getting ready to sign off. You know, and enjoy the rest of the night. I'm gonna be bumping around before I lay down. While I'm getting a couple things in order. Well, you know what? I ain't gonna even mess with that. I'm gonna get my coffee, ice cream. I'll take care of that in the morning. I'm gonna be bumping around though on a few lives, so I might see y'all in there. But let me get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Big IV, big full body people for the people. I'm up out of here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You can't do me like that. Oh, okay. I'm seeing what happened. You know, they is so corny for that. They is so corny for that. Oh, because I changed the view. That's what you want to do. Okay. Set that as intro video. I understand. It's fair. It's fair. I changed up, so we gonna do the outro. Go ahead and run it. All right, Tonio. I'll at you tomorrow, brother. All right, and pull in. Outro.